What up, guys? Welcome back. So today we're checking out a very unique pair of headphones. These are from Movengine, the UM600. Now, over the past few years, open style earbuds have been kind of all the rage. Everybody is dropping opened earbuds, and I'm kind of tired of them. I'm not really a fan of any of them. Some of them they're getting better, of course, as we evolve. Now we have some headphones. So we'll talk about what I think about these. I've had these for about 2 months. They drop on Kickstarter April 1st. So I'll leave all the links below. Retail price is $219, but on Kickstarter, they're gonna be 43% off. So you're gonna be able to get these, I think 43% off, 219 bucks, maybe 130 bucks around there. I think you'll be able to pick these up for 3 colorways. You have the Oceanic Blue, like you see here. You have a Midnight Onyx, which I think is what is on the packaging here, and I love how those look. And then a Crimson Pulse, a very cool looking red color. So we'll talk about the packaging. If you're new to the channel, guys, hit that like, drop a sub. The packaging, the UM600s. Again, this is the black colorway, the Midnight Onyx. And that's pretty much it. I don't mind the packaging. Now, I'm not sure if this is what retail packaging will look like after orders start. On the back, just a little bit about the specs. Doesn't really give us much. And then we also get a carrying case, a hard shell carrying case that matches the color of the headphones. A nice touch. And we also get the USB-C to USB-C to charge these up. Now, these also did come with the headphones, and then you have these like silicone covers you would put inside of the holes. Now, what would have been cool if this was like a dual threat headphone, right? If I can listen to these like this with the donuts and the open earbuds or headphones or ear cups, I should say. If I can listen to music like this and get that open sound, right? If I'm going out to the gym, if I'm just walking around with these and I want to be able to hear my surroundings, then I could listen to them like this. But when I throw these in, now we got a closed off sound. We get that dynamic sound, that bass. I wish these were like that, but sadly they're not. So we'll take a look at the actual headphones. There's mics on here. We talked about the battery life, 30 hours of use. 3D spatial audio on here. That's kind of what it sounds like when you're using these. Comfortable. These are very, very comfortable, only 309 grams. So lighter than your traditional headphones and very, very well built. You can see the quality of the build on here. This is a fabric design, two-tone, right? So you have the darker blue on the inside and the oceanic blue on the outside. This is overall very soft. There's some good padding up here. And these, if you use the AirPods Max, this is kind of exactly the same thing when it comes to these metal bars right here to slide these to make them taller or shorter. They are very smooth. We do have some buttons here on our left ear cup. This is your play and pause, or sorry, this is your play and pause, your power button. This is your next track, your previous track, and also your volume up and down, and then our USB-C to charge up right there. Now on the inside, you can see these are some pretty wide and big ear cups. They are going to fit just about anybody's ears. So overall, I think these are very, very well built. And not only do we have really good construction on here, but they're very lightweight. You're gonna be able to wear these, and that's a great thing because battery life on here is fantastic at 30 hours. Now, one disappointing thing about these, there's no app and there's no EQ. When you have a pair, at least in my opinion, and let me know, drop some comments below and let me know what you think. When you have a pair of headphones that are strictly audio, meaning no bells and whistles, right? No gaming mode, no anything like that. I want to be able to adjust the sound, especially with a unique pair like this, where they're not very dynamic sounding, right? I want to be able to adjust the sound. Give me an EQ. Maybe at launch they'll come out with an app. I'm not really sure, but I would have loved to see an EQ on here so I can kind of tweak the audio to fit more of my sound because this sound is not for everybody. So volume-wise, more than loud enough. Just remember with this type of headphone, you will have some sound leakage. It's going to happen when you put these up and listen to it at a very high volume. Well, not a very high volume, but just like 70, 80%, you're gonna get some sound leakage on these headphones. Now, sound quality on here, it's good. It's different. It takes a little bit of getting used to, not bass head certified for sure. So you're not gonna get that thump, you're not gonna get that crazy bass, nor could you with the design of these. But there is some bass on here. They sound decent. They sound good. Again, this is a very different sounding pair of headphones. I had to get used to it for a week or two before you can really start to appreciate it and enjoy it. But if you like that dynamic sound, these are not going to be a pair that you will enjoy. It's just not. It's just a different experience. So who are these for? I think if you work from home and you are, editing videos or working on YouTube and you want to hear what you're listening to, they're great for that. They're great for binging content. They're great for, if you work somewhere where you can listen to music and you want to be able to talk to people still and hear your surroundings, they're fantastic for that, especially at the 43% off at the Kickstarter launch. But the sound quality is good highs, they're clear, they're not overly bright. The mids sound pretty good. The bass is lacking, of course, because of what these are. There is, they're much better than open sounding earbuds, and you get a lot more bass than what those offer, but they still don't give you, when I throw a pair of headphones on, I'm looking for that thump. These are not that. Just very different, not for everybody. Not everybody is a bass head, but there is a mic. There's a couple mics on here, so let's do a mic test. All right, guys, the mic test with the UM600. So what do you think? What do you think of the look of these? The color, I like the colors. The blue colorway, the Crimson Pulse, which is a red colorway, and the Midnight Onyx. I think the black colorway looks the best. But let me know, maybe you like the blue. Let me know, drop some comments below. But this is what the mic sounds like, so you can talk on the phone. Now, it is a little muffled, my voice. So when I'm listening to my voice, it is a little muffled, of course, because 3/4 of your ears are covered. So of course it's going to be a little muffled. But open style headphones are here. They're coming. There's more coming. So just be ready. Some people might love them. Let me know what you think. All right, now latency on the UM600s, I haven't really experienced any. So binging content on here, no issues. Again, if you're a videographer or you edit videos and you work at your computer, these are great for that. And gaming on here, you can game with these headphones as well. But you can't hear the outside surroundings, but you can also be heard by the people around you. So take a listen at the sound leakage and check out Tecmo's channel.
But comfort-wise, the weight distribution is really well done. I've worn these for up to 6 hours continuously for leisure listening and editing my videos. And honestly, these things are
so sound leakage is just one of the things that comes along with these type of headphones. But let me know what you think. So here's my take on these. Not for everybody, right? If you're a bass head, these are not for you. I think this is the beginning of what is to come. I think they're only going to get better as we progress, just like everything else in this space. And this is a good first attempt. Price on here, we'll see how it goes, but at 43% off, I think if you're not a bass head, these might be a good pickup. If you want that unique look, go for it, because the build quality on here is really nice. The microphones on here, let me know what you think of the microphones. The fact that I can hear my surroundings, another good bonus, and they're very comfortable with fantastic battery life. Price, let me know what you think of the price. The colorways on here I do like. They're muted. They're kind of different, two-tone look. I like it. It's a good first attempt on here. If you're listening, add an EQ. Allow us to tweak this a little bit, because not everybody is going to like the sound of these, right? There's something for everybody, but if I had an EQ, then, more and more people, I think, would be on board with these. But that's it, guys. Let me know what you think of these headphones. I'll be back soon. Peace.